If you are hearing these words right now, maybe this is not a mistake. Maybe this moment found you because a quiet part of your heart was asking for comfort. Maybe you did not even know what you were looking for, but something inside you was tired, confused, and ready to feel safe again. Maybe life has been heavy lately. Maybe your mind has been full of questions. Maybe you have been smiling on the outside while feeling lost on the inside. And yet, here you are, breathing, listening, still here. That alone means something. Take a slow breath in. Let your body know that for this moment, it does not have to fight. Let your shoulders soften. Let your chest open just a little. Let your face relax. You do not have to have all the answers right now. You do not have to fix your whole life today. You do not have to pretend that you are fine. You are allowed to be exactly as you are. Tired, unsure, quiet, emotional, hopeful, afraid, open. All of it is welcome here. There are times in life when everything feels unclear. You look around and wonder where you are going. You wonder why certain things happened. You wonder why something you wanted did not work out. You wonder why your heart still feels heavy even though you have tried so hard to be strong. And sometimes, when you feel this way, the mind begins to say painful things. It says, maybe I am behind. Maybe I made the wrong choice. Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe life is moving forward for everyone else, but not for me. But my dear, those thoughts are not the truth of you. They are only fear speaking. Fear speaks loudly when the heart feels tired. Fear tries to fill the silence with worry. Fear wants you to believe that if you cannot see the next step, then there is no path. But life does not need to show you the whole road at once. Life often guides you one gentle step at a time, one breath at a time, one small sign at a T. One quiet feeling at a time. Maybe this is one of those signs. Not a loud sign, not a sign with thunder and bright lights, just a soft one. A gentle pause in the middle of everything. A reminder that says, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not lost forever. Something within you still knows the way, even if your mind does not understand it yet. Place your hand on your heart for a moment, if that feels right. Feel the warmth of your own hand. Feel the life moving inside you. Your heart has carried you through so much. It has kept beating through the days you did not know how you would continue. It has stayed with you through loss, through change, through fear, through disappointment, through waiting, through all the silent battles nobody else could see. And still it is here, still beating, still loving, still trying. Say softly within yourself, I am safe in this moment. I am guided. I am exactly where I need to be for now. Do not rush those words. Let them enter slowly. You do not have to force yourself to believe them all at once. Just let them sit beside you like a kind friend. I am safe in this moment. I am guided. I am exactly where I need to be for now. Even if life feels messy, even if your heart feels unsure, even if you cannot see what is coming, you are still held by something greater than your fear. Sometimes the moments that feel the most confusing are the moments when life is gently moving us into a new place. It may not feel gentle at first. It may feel like everything is falling apart. It may feel like doors are closing. It may feel like the ground under you is shifting. But what if life is not trying to hurt you? What if life is trying to wake you up? What if the confusion is not a punishment, but a turning point? What if the place you are in right now is not the end, but the space between what was and what will be? The space between can feel lonely. It is the place where the old no longer feels right, but the new has not fully arrived. It is the place where you may feel empty, unsure, or even afraid. You may want to run back to what you knew, even if it hurt you, simply because it was familiar. You may want quick answers. You may want a clear plan. You may want life to tell you exactly what will happen next. But sometimes the soul grows in the quiet space before the answer comes. There is wisdom in this pause. There is healing in this waiting. There is meaning in this season, even if you cannot see it today. The seed beneath the soil does not see the sunlight yet, but it is still growing. The night does not see the morning yet, but the morning is still coming. The river does not see the ocean at every turn, but it keeps moving toward it. And you too are being moved, slowly, softly, deeply, even now. If you feel lost right now, breathe. Do not judge yourself for it. Do not make it mean that you have failed. Do not make it mean that life has turned away from you. Feeling lost is not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it is a sign that something old is ending. Sometimes it is a sign that your heart is asking for a new way. Sometimes it is a sign that you have outgrown a version of yourself that once helped you survive, but can no longer carry you into peace. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to no longer want what you once begged for. You are allowed to feel unsure while you become someone new. Growth does not always feel bright and beautiful at first. Sometimes growth feels like confusion. Sometimes healing feels like crying without knowing why. Sometimes becoming free feels like losing the things that kept you small. But this does not mean you are broken. It means life is working inside you. There is a quiet truth I want you to hold close. The universe often speaks in whispers before it speaks in change. It may whisper through a feeling in your chest. It may whisper through a thought that keeps returning. It may whisper through a door that will not open no matter how hard you push. It may whisper through your tiredness, your longing, your need for rest. It may whisper through this moment right now, reminding you that you are not here by accident. When life wants your attention, it does not always shake the world around you. Sometimes it simply makes you feel uncomfortable in places where you used to feel safe. Sometimes it removes peace from paths that are no longer meant for you. Sometimes it gives you a deep inner knowing that says something has to change, even if you do not yet know what that change is. This is not something to fear. This is something to listen to. Your life is not random. Your breath is not random. Your heart's longing is not random. The fact that you are still seeking peace means that peace is seeking you too. The fact that you are still asking for direction means that a direction exists. The fact that something in you still wants to believe in good things means that hope has not left you. It may be quiet, but it is still alive. So take another slow breath. Inhale peace. Exhale fear. Inhale trust. Exhale the need to understand everything today. You do not need to carry the full weight of tomorrow right now. You only need to come back to this breath, this moment, this soft place inside yourself where life can speak. Say gently, I am willing to believe that I am being guided. I am willing to believe that this moment has meaning. I am willing to believe that good can still come from this. Willingness is powerful. You do not have to have perfect faith. You do not have to feel strong every day. You do not have to wake up filled with joy and certainty. Sometimes the most powerful prayer is simply, I am willing. I am willing to heal. I am willing to trust. I am willing to see things differently. I am willing to let life show me the next step. That small opening is enough. Life can enter through a small opening. Light can enter through a small crack. Peace can begin with one breath. Healing can begin with one honest moment. And maybe this is that moment. Maybe this is the place where you stop fighting yourself. Maybe this is the place where you stop blaming yourself for knowing. Maybe this is the place where you say, I may feel lost, but I am still loved. I may feel unsure, but I am still supported. I may not see the way, but the way can still appear. You have survived every day that once felt too heavy. You have made it through seasons you thought would break you. You have lived through endings, waiting, silence, change, and pain. And even though you may still be healing, you are here. That is proof that there is a strength inside you deeper than your fear. It may not feel loud. It may not feel bold. It may simply feel like breathing one more breath and taking one more step. But that is strength too. Let this moment be a soft reminder. You do not have to force your life into place. You do not have to chase every answer. You do not have to make your heart heal faster than it can. You are allowed to move gently. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to trust that something is unfolding, even while you wait. The universe is not asking you to be perfect. It is not asking you to understand every lesson right away. It is not asking you to become fearless. It is only inviting you to soften, to listen, to stop fighting the present moment long enough to feel the quiet support that has been here all along. So if you are feeling lost right now, let these words meet you like a hand over your heart. You are not here by accident. This moment matters. Your life matters. Your healing matters. Your next step will come. The light has not left you. The path has not disappeared. You are simply in a sacred pause, and even here you are being held. Feeling lost does not mean you have failed. Please let that truth settle into your heart. Feeling lost does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you made the wrong choices. It does not mean life is against you. It does not mean you are behind everyone else. It means you are human. It means you are growing. It means something inside you is asking for care, honesty, and a deeper kind of love. There are seasons when the old path no longer feels right, but the new path has not yet become clear. This can make the heart feel afraid. The mind wants answers. It wants a map. It wants proof. It wants to know where this is going and when everything will finally make sense. But the soul often moves more slowly than the mind. The soul does not rush. The soul listens. The soul waits for truth, not pressure. When you feel lost, the first thing you may want to do is judge yourself. You may say, I should know better by now. I should be stronger by now. I should have figured this out already. But those words do not heal you. They only make the wound deeper. You cannot shame yourself into peace. You cannot criticize yourself into clarity. You cannot hate yourself into becoming whole. Healing begins with kindness. So let us begin with kindness now. Take a breath and say, I am allowed to feel what I feel. I am allowed to not know yet. I am allowed to be gentle with myself. These words may feel simple, but they are powerful. So many people spend their lives trying to escape their feelings. They push them down. They cover them with work, noise, food, worry, control, or endless thinking. But feelings do not disappear just because we ignore them. They wait. They ask to be heard. They ask to be held. And sometimes feeling lost is not a problem to solve. It is a feeling to sit with gently. What if you stopped treating this season as proof that something is wrong with you? What if you saw it as a sign that your inner life is asking for attention? What if your confusion is not a wall, but a doorway? What if your sadness is not weakness, but a message from the deeper part of you saying, come closer, listen, something needs love here. You are not failing because you do not know the next step. You are not failing because you feel tired. You are not failing because you need rest. You are not failing because your heart feels heavy. Even the sky has cloudy days. Even the ocean has storms. Even the moon disappears for a while and then becomes full again. Nature does not call itself a failure when it changes. It simply moves through its seasons, and you are allowed to move through yours. Sometimes life removes the things we used to lean on. A plan changes, a connection fades, a dream shifts, a door closes. A part of us that once felt certain no longer feels sure. At first, this can feel like loss. It can feel like the ground has been taken away. But often, life is not taking something from you to punish you. Life is making space. Life is clearing what no longer fits. Life is preparing a new place inside you for peace, truth, and growth. This does not mean the process is easy. It does not mean you have to pretend you are happy about what hurts. Spiritual trust is not pretending. It is not saying everything feels good when it does not. Real trust is softer than that. Real trust says, this hurts, and I am still held. I do not understand, and I am still guided. I feel lost, and I can still be loved through this. You do not have to deny your pain to be spiritual. You do not have to smile through your sadness. You do not have to act like uncertainty does not scare you. The universe is not asking you to hide your heart. It is asking you to bring your heart into the light, just as it is. The tired parts, the scared parts, the hopeful parts, the parts that still want to believe that life can be good again. Say softly, even here I am loved. Even now I am guided. Even in this feeling, I am not failing. Let those words be a gentle blanket around you. You are not failing. You are learning to live through a new level of honesty. You are learning to stop building your life only from fear. You are learning to ask, what is true for me now? What brings me peace now? What am I ready to release now? What is life trying to show me now? These questions may not bring instant answers, but they open the heart. And an open heart can receive guidance. A closed heart can only repeat old fear. This is why kindness matters so much. When you are kind to yourself, your inner world becomes safe enough to speak. When you stop attacking yourself, the truth can rise. Think of a child who is lost in a busy place. Would you shout at that child for being afraid? Would you say, how could you not know where to go? No. You would kneel down. You would speak softly. You would say, it is okay. I am here. We will find the way together. That is how you must speak to yourself now. The lost part of you does not need anger. It needs comfort. It needs patience. It needs love. So say to yourself, I am here with you. We will take one step at a time. We do not need to know everything today. There is so much peace in one step. The mind wants 10 years of answers. The heart often only needs the next loving choice. Drink water, rest your body, speak kindly to yourself. Take a walk, say no to what drains you. Say yes to what brings peace. Forgive yourself for not knowing sooner. Put your hand on your heart. Breathe. These may seem small, but small loving choices rebuild trust inside you. When you feel lost, you may think you need a big sign. But often, life guides through small acts of care. The next step may not be dramatic. It may be simple. It may be to stop chasing someone's approval. It may be to rest without guilt. It may be to clean one small space. It may be to write down what you truly feel. It may be to forgive yourself. It may be to admit that you are tired of pretending. It may be to ask life, "Show me the way," and then become quiet enough to listen. Clarity often comes after calm. But many people try to find clarity while they are full of fear. They think and think. They worry and worry. They replay the past. They imagine the worst future. They try to force an answer. But fear makes everything look darker than it is. A worried mind cannot always hear gentle guidance. This is why you must first come back to peace, even a little. Not perfect peace, just enough peace to breathe, just enough peace to stop fighting yourself. Say, "I do not need the whole answer right now. I only need to return to peace." From peace, the next step will come. Feeling lost can also mean you are no longer willing to live from old patterns. Maybe you used to say yes when your heart meant no. Maybe you used to work too hard for love. Maybe you used to think your worth came from being useful, needed, or perfect. Maybe you used to ignore your own needs because you were afraid of disappointing others. And now something inside you is tired. Something inside you is saying, "No more. I want something real. I want peace. I want to be honest. I want to feel at home in myself." That kind of awakening can feel confusing. When you stop living by old rules, there is a moment when you do not yet know the new way. This does not mean you are lost in a bad way. It means you are between worlds. You are leaving one way of being and learning another. Be patient with yourself. You are not supposed to become new overnight. Imagine a flower beginning to open. It does not force itself. It does not yell at its petals to move faster. It opens slowly when the light is right, when the time is right. You are allowed to open slowly too. Your healing has its own timing. Your clarity has its own rhythm. Your life has its own sacred pace. Do not compare your path with someone else's path. Comparison can make a peaceful heart feel poor. You may look at others and think they know what they are doing. You may think their lives are moving faster. You may think they have more love, more success, more certainty, more joy. But you do not see the whole of anyone's life. You do not see their private fears. You do not see their silent questions. You do not see the parts they hide. Your journey is not meant to look like theirs. Your soul has its own lessons, its own timing, its own gifts. Say, I release comparison. I honor my path. I am growing in my own time. There is no race. There is no perfect age by which everything must be done. There is no rule that says you must have all answers by now. Life is not a straight line. It bends. It pauses. It turns. It brings endings and new beginnings. It teaches through joy, and it teaches through discomfort. And through it all, you are still worthy. Your worth does not come and go based on how clear you feel. Your worth is steady. It is yours because you exist. If you could see yourself through the eyes of love, you would not be so hard on yourself. You would see someone who has tried, someone who has cared, someone who has carried pain quietly, someone who wants to do better, someone who wants peace, someone who is still learning how to receive good. You would not call that person a failure. You would call that person brave. Yes, brave. Not because you never feel afraid, but because you are still here with your heart open enough to listen. Brave because you are willing to look within. Brave because you are willing to wonder if life can be different. Brave because even after disappointment, something in you still wants to trust. Let your heart hear this clearly. You are not failing. You are becoming aware. You are becoming honest. You are becoming ready for a life that feels more true. And sometimes becoming aware hurts before it heals. When light enters a room, it shows the dust. But the light is not the problem. The light is helping you see what is ready to be cleaned, cleared, and loved. So if this season feels uncomfortable, do not turn against yourself. Ask gently, what is this teaching me? What am I ready to release? What do I need to stop carrying? Where am I being invited to choose love instead of fear? You may find that feeling lost is not taking you away from yourself. It is bringing you back. Back to your own heart. Back to your own needs. Back to your own truth. Back to the quiet inner voice you may have ignored for too long. Sometimes we get lost because we have been following noise instead of peace. We have been following approval instead of truth. We have been following fear instead of love. And when the soul finally becomes tired, it stops us. It says, come back. This is not your way anymore. That stopping can feel like confusion, but it is also grace. Grace is not always soft in the beginning. Sometimes grace, close the door you kept trying to force open. Sometimes grace makes you too tired to keep pretending. Sometimes grace removes what your hands were too afraid to release. Sometimes grace brings you to your knees so you can finally hear the whisper inside saying, there is another way. Say, I am open to another way. I am open to a kinder way. I am open to the path that brings me peace. You do not need to know what that path looks like yet. Just being open is enough for now. Openness is a doorway. It tells life, I am willing to be guided. I am willing to stop fighting what is changing. I am willing to trust that I can begin again. Beginning again does not always mean moving to a new place or changing everything outside of you. Sometimes beginning again means speaking to yourself with more love. Sometimes it means waking up and choosing not to repeat one old thought. Sometimes it means saying, today I will not call myself a failure. Today I will not punish myself for being human. Today I will take one gentle step. This is how healing begins. Not always with a big change, but with a new relationship with yourself, a softer voice, a slower breath, a kinder thought, a little more trust, a little more patience, a little more faith that the place you are in right now is not the final chapter. There is more for you, more peace, more clarity, more love, more moments when you wake up and feel thankful to be alive, more days when your heart feels light again, more signs that life is still kind. You may not feel all of that today, and that is okay. You do not have to feel it today for it to be possible. The sun is still real even when clouds cover it. Your joy is still real even when sadness covers it. Your path is still real even when confusion covers it. So breathe again. Let your body receive these words. I am not failing. I am healing. I am learning. I am being guided back to myself. There is nothing wrong with needing time. There is nothing wrong with needing rest. There is nothing wrong with not knowing. You are not a machine. You are a living soul. You are allowed to move through seasons. You are allowed to have questions. You are allowed to pause before you continue. Life is not asking you to rush through your own becoming. And maybe the most loving thing you can do right now is stop demanding that you should already be somewhere else. Maybe the most healing thing is to say, this is where I am today, and I will meet myself here. Not with anger, not with shame, not with pressure, but with love. When you meet yourself with love, the path begins to soften. You may still not have all the answers, but you stop feeling so alone inside the questions. You begin to feel supported by your own heart. You begin to feel that life is not an enemy. You begin to notice small signs of goodness again. And slowly, what felt like being lost begins to feel like being led. The universe does not always guide with loud signs. Sometimes it guides through a soft feeling. Sometimes it guides through a pause. Sometimes it guides through a delay. Sometimes it guides through a closed door that you did not understand at the time. Sometimes it guides through a quiet knowing in your body that says, this is not for me anymore, or this is where I need to go next. Guidance is often gentle. Because of that, it can be easy to miss. We expect guidance to arrive in a dramatic way. We want a clear voice, a perfect plan, a sign that cannot be questioned. But life often speaks in simple ways. A calm feeling, a repeated thought, a sudden memory, a conversation that says exactly what you needed to hear, a book that opens to the right page, a song that touches the exact place in your heart that needed comfort, a moment of peace after many days of worry. These are not small things. These are whispers from life. And the more you become quiet inside, the easier they are to hear. When your mind is full of fear, guidance can feel far away. But guidance has not left. It is still there beneath the noise. Think of a still lake. When the surface is disturbed, you cannot see the reflection clearly. But when the water becomes calm, the reflection appears. Your heart is like that. When fear, pressure, and overthinking move through you, the truth may feel hidden. But when you breathe, soften, and become still, the truth begins to rise. Say softly, I am willing to become quiet enough to hear my guidance. You do not have to force guidance. You receive it, you allow it, you make space for it. This is why rest is not a waste of time. Silence is not empty. Pausing is not failure. When you stop rushing, you give your inner wisdom room to speak. Many times, the answer you seek is already inside you, but fear has been speaking over it. Deep down, you may know what brings you peace. Deep down, you may know what feels heavy. Deep down, you may know what you are ready to release. But the mind argues. The mind says, what if I am wrong? What if I disappoint someone? What if I lose something? What if I fail? The mind wants certainty before movement, but the heart often moves by trust. Trust begins with listening, not to every fear, not to every anxious thought, but to the calm voice beneath them. Fear usually shouts. Guidance usually whispers. Fear feels tight. Guidance feels steady. Fear pushes. Guidance invites. Fear says, hurry, hurry, hurry. Guidance says, breathe, dear one step at a time. If you are unsure whether something is fear or guidance, notice how it feels in your body. Does it make your chest tight and your breath short? Does it make you feel small, rushed, and panicked? Or does it feel quiet, clear, and steady, even if it asks you to be brave? Guidance is not always easy, but it often carries a deeper peace. It may ask you to let go. It may ask you to change. It may ask you to be honest, but beneath it, there is a calm knowing. Say, I trust the calm voice within me. I listen with love. I move one step at a time. Sometimes the universe guides through what does not work. This can be hard to accept. When something does not happen the way you hoped, it is easy to feel rejected. But not every closed door is a loss. Some closed doors are protection. Some delays are mercy. Some endings are redirectional. Ja. You may not see it now, but one day you may look back and say, I understand why that did not happen. I understand why I had to wait. I understand why life moved me another way. There are blessings that only make sense later. At the time, they may look like disappointment. At the time, they may feel unfair. At the time, you may wonder why life did not answer your prayer. But sometimes life answers by not giving you what would have kept you small, hurt you deeply, or taken you away from your true path. This does not mean you cannot feel sad when something ends. Of course you can. Let yourself grieve what you wanted. Let yourself feel the loss. But do not decide that the ending means life has stopped loving you. Love may be present even in the ending. Guidance may be present even in the silence. Protection may be present even in the delay. Say, I may not understand this yet, but I trust that life is still guiding me. Guidance can also come through your energy. Notice what brings peace to your body. Notice what drains you. Notice where you feel open and where you feel tight. Your body often tells the truth before your mind is ready to admit it. If you feel heavy every time you think about a certain path, pause. If you feel calm when you imagine a different choice, listen. If something in you keeps asking for rest, honor it. If something in you keeps asking for change, do not ignore it. The universe speaks through the body because the body lives in the present moment. The mind travels to the past and future, but the body is here. It feels what is happening now. It notices what your heart may not yet have words for. So be kind to your body. Listen when it is tired. Listen when it feels tense. Listen when it feels light. This listening is a form of prayer. You can ask for guidance in simple words. You do not need fancy language. You do not need to be perfect. You can simply say, Life, show me the next right step. Show me what brings peace. Help me see what I need to see. Help me trust what I already know. Then breathe. Then listen. Then watch gently, without forcing. The answer may not arrive in the same moment. It may unfold through the day. It may come through a feeling. It may come through a conversation. It may come through a sudden sense of calm. It may come when you are walking, resting, washing your hands, or looking out the window. Guidance often comes when you stop gripping the question so tightly. Imagine holding a small bird in your hands. If you hold too tightly, you harm it. If you open your palms, it can breathe. Your questions are like that. Hold them gently. Do not squeeze them with fear. Ask, then open. Trust, then allow. Life knows how to answer in the right way and at the right time. Say, I ask with love. I listen with patience. I receive guidance in the perfect way. Sometimes the sign you are waiting for is not outside you. Sometimes the sign is the peace you feel when you finally tell yourself the truth. The sign is the relief in your body when you stop pretending. The sign is the quiet strength that comes when you choose yourself with love. The sign is the deep breath you can finally take after releasing what was too heavy. Not every sign needs to be explained to others. Some signs are sacred and private. They are between you and life. You do not need everyone to understand your path. You do not need everyone to agree with your healing. You do not need everyone to see what you see. If your heart is becoming more peaceful, that matters. If your inner voice is becoming clearer, that matters. If you are becoming kinder to yourself, that matters. The universe may guide you away from people, places, thoughts, or habits that once felt familiar. This can bring guilt. You may wonder if you are being selfish, but choosing peace is not selfish. Healing is not selfish. Listening to your soul is not selfish. When you become more aligned with love, you bring more love into the world. When you stop living from fear, you stop spreading fear through your choices. Your peace blesses more than just you. There may be moments when guidance asks you to wait. Waiting can be hard. The mind may say nothing is happening, but much can happen in waiting. Roots grow in the dark. The heart becomes ready. The mind becomes quiet. Life arranges what you cannot see. Waiting is not always empty. Sometimes waiting is sacred preparation. If you are in a waiting season, do not fill it only with worry. Fill it with care. Fill it with prayer. Fill it with gentle action. Fill it with learning to trust yourself again. Ask, what can I do today that brings peace? What can I release today that brings space? What can I believe today that brings hope? You do not need to chase signs all day. You only need to live with an open heart. The more open you are, the more you notice. You notice the kindness in a stranger's voice. You notice the sudden answer that comes when you stop forcing. You notice the peace that comes after saying no. You notice the courage that rises after a quiet prayer. You notice that life has been speaking all along. Say, I notice the signs of love around me. I notice the peace within me. I notice the guidance that is already here. There is a difference between forcing and following. Forcing feels hard, tight, and fearful. Following feels like taking the next step that life places before you. Forcing says, I must make this happen or I will not be safe. Following says, I will do my part and I will trust life to do what I cannot do. Forcing tries to control every detail. Following listens, acts, releases, and trusts. You are not here to control every moment of your life. You are here to partner with life. You bring your love, your willingness, your choices, your attention. Life brings timing, support, unseen help, new doors, and quiet miracles. You do not have to do everything alone. You were never meant to carry the whole weight of your path by yourself. Maybe that is why this moment found you, to remind you to stop carrying what was never yours to carry, to remind you that being lost is not the end of the road, to remind you that guidance can still reach you, to remize in you that even when you do not know what comes next, life knows how to meet you in the next breath. Take one more slow breath. Let the breath be your sign for now. It comes without you forcing it. It supports you without needing to be earned. It reminds you that life is already moving through you. You are being breathed. You are being held. You are being guided in ways seen and unseen. Say gently, I listen to the gentle guidance within me. I trust the signs of peace. I am willing to be led by love. Do not worry if the path is not clear yet. It will become clearer as you become calmer. It will become clearer as you stop fighting yourself. It will become clearer as you release what is not yours. It will become clearer as you practice trusting one step, one breath, one small sign at a time. And when doubt comes, do not be afraid of it. Doubt is not stronger than guidance. Doubt is only a cloud passing through the sky of your mind. Let it pass. Return to your breath. Return to your heart. Return to the simple truth. Life is still speaking, even now. Your heart is still listening, even now. The universe is still guiding you quietly, even now. You do not need to know everything right now. Let that truth rest gently in your heart. You do not need to know how every part of your life will unfold. You do not need to know when the answer will come. You do not need to know why certain things happened the way they did. You do not need to understand the whole path before you take one small step. Sometimes peace begins the moment you stop demanding a full map from life and allow yourself to trust the next breath. The mind wants certainty. It wants to see the beginning, the middle, and the end. It wants to know who will stay, what will work, what will change, what will be safe, and how everything will happen. The mind asks question after question because it believes that if it can understand everything, then it can protect you from pain. But my dear, the mind was never meant to carry the whole mystery of life. It can help you make choices, yes. It can help you plan, yes. But it cannot see every hidden blessing. It cannot understand every delay. It cannot know every reason behind every closed door. Some things are only understood after time has passed and the heart is ready to see. When you are feeling lost, the need to know everything can become very heavy. You may wake up asking, what should I do? Where should I go? What if I choose wrong? What if I lose more? What if nothing changes? And before the day has even begun, your spirit already feels tired. This is what happens when you try to live too far ahead of the present moment. You leave the place where your power is. You leave the place where peace can reach you. You leave the one moment where life can actually meet you, which is here and now. Take a slow breath. Come back here. Come back to this moment. Feel the ground under you. Feel the air moving in and out of your body. Feel the simple truth that in this exact breath, you are still here. You are still being held by life. You may not have all the answers, but you have this moment, and this moment is enough to begin again. Say softly, I do not need to know everything today. I only need to trust the next loving step. Let those words soften the pressure inside you. I do not need to know everything today. I only need to trust the next loving step. This is not giving up. This is not being careless. This is wisdom. It is the wisdom of walking with life instead of trying to drag life where your fear thinks it should go. It is the wisdom of saying, I will do what I can with love, and I will release what I cannot control. So much suffering comes from trying to control things that were never fully ours to control. We try to control how others feel. We try to control how fast healing happens. We try to control when love arrives. We try to control the timing of success, the behavior of people, the future of every choice. And when life does not obey our plan, we feel afraid. But life is not refusing to love us when it does not follow our plan. Sometimes life is loving us too deeply to give us what our fear is demanding. There are blessings you cannot force. There are doors you cannot open before their time. There are answers you cannot receive before your heart is ready. There are people you cannot make stay if their path is moving elsewhere. There are seasons you cannot skip just because they are uncomfortable. But you can breathe through them. You can soften through them. You can choose not to turn against yourself while they unfold. Letting go of the need to know everything does not mean you stop caring about your life. It means you stop harming yourself with endless worry. It means you stop asking your tired mind to solve what only time, trust, and grace can reveal. It means you allow yourself to be human. It means you accept that uncertainty is not always danger. Sometimes uncertainty is simply the open space where a new answer is forming. Think of a path in the early morning fog. You may not see the whole road, but you can still see the step in front of you. And when you take that step, another step appears, then another, then another. This is how life often guides us. Not by showing the entire journey at once, but by lighting one small part at a time. If you wait until the whole path is clear, you may never move. But if you trust the next step, the path begins to reveal itself. Say gently, the next step is enough. The next breath is enough. The next loving choice is enough. You may want a sign. You may want life to tell you exactly what to do. But sometimes the sign is not a loud answer. Sometimes the sign is the quiet feeling of peace when you stop forcing. Sometimes the sign is the relief you feel when you finally let go of what has been hurting you. Sometimes the sign is the tiredness in your body saying, "Please stop carrying this." Sometimes the sign is the small pull in your heart towards something simple, honest, and kind. Do not ignore the simple signs. The mind often wants something grand, but the soul often speaks through quiet peace. A peaceful feeling matters. A soft yes matters. A deep breath matters. A small sense of relief matters. These are ways your inner wisdom says, "This way feels lighter. This way feels kinder. This way feels true." There may be a part of you that is afraid to let go of control because control has felt like safety. Maybe you learned long ago that you had to be careful, had to be strong, had to think ahead, had to prepare for every problem. Maybe control became the way you tried to protect your heart. So do not shame yourself for wanting control. Thank that part of you. It was trying to keep you safe. But now, gently remind it that there is another way. You can be safe without holding everything tightly. You can be wise without worrying all day. You can care deeply without carrying every outcome. Place your hand on your heart and say, "I release the need to control everything. I am safe to trust life one step at a time." Feel the kindness in those words. They are not asking you to drop everything at once. They are inviting you to loosen your grip just a little. Open your hands. Relax your jaw. Let your shoulders fall. Let the breath move. You do not have to hold the whole world together with your thoughts. You do not have to keep checking the future to make sure it will be safe. You are allowed to rest in the present and let life meet you here. The present moment is where your spirit can breathe. The past may carry memories, and the future may carry questions, but the present carries power. Here you can choose one kinder thought. Here you can take one calmer breath. Here you can stop repeating the story that you are lost and begin speaking the truth that you are being guided. Here you can say, "I may not know everything, but I know I am willing to trust." Willingness opens doors inside you. It says to life, "I do not have to understand the whole plan to believe that good is possible. I do not have to see the answer to know that I am supported. I do not have to be fearless to take one gentle step." And sometimes that is all life asks of you. One gentle step, not the perfect step, not the step that makes everyone understand, not the step that proves you are strong, just the next loving step. Drink the water, make the call, rest your body, tell the truth, Release the argument in your mind. Forgive yourself. Clean one small corner. Take a walk. Write the feeling down. Pray in simple words. Sit in silence. Say no. Say yes. Begin again. When you make one loving choice, you tell your nervous system that life is not only danger. You tell your heart, I am here with you. You tell the universe, I am ready to move with trust. And as you do this, little by little, clarity begins to come. Not because you forced it, but because you created peace inside yourself. Clarity grows in peace. It does not grow in panic. So if your mind is asking too many questions right now, do not fight it. Do not be angry with it. Simply speak to it like you would speak to a frightened child. Say, thank you for trying to protect me. We do not need to solve everything tonight. We are safe enough to rest. We will listen for the next step. We will not abandon ourselves. There is so much healing in not abandoning yourself. When life is unclear, you may be tempted to run from your own feelings. You may be tempted to numb yourself, distract yourself, or push yourself harder. But what your heart needs most is your loving presence. It needs you to stay. It needs you to say, I do not know the way yet, but I will not leave myself while I find it. Say softly, I am here with myself. I am patient with myself. I trust that the way will open. The way will open. Maybe not all at once. Maybe not in the way you expected. But it will open. It may open through a new thought. It may open through rest. It may open through a conversation. It may open when you finally stop chasing what is not meant for you. It may open when you choose peace over pressure. It may open when you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And begin asking, what is life inviting me to learn? You do not need to know everything, because life is not asking you to be the whole universe. You are part of the universe. You are held within it. You move with it. You are guided by it. The same wisdom that moves the seasons, opens the flowers, brings the morning, and carries the stars also lives in you. You may forget this when you are afraid, but it does not stop being true. The flower does not need to know how the whole garden will bloom. It only opens when it is time. The river does not need to know every stone it will pass. It keeps flowing. The sun does not ask if it is worthy to rise. It simply rises. And you too can trust your own unfolding. You can trust that something wise is moving within your life, even when your mind cannot name it. Let this be your practice now. When you feel the need to control everything, pause, breathe, place your hand on your heart. Ask yourself, what is the next loving step? Not the next perfect step, not the next impressive step, the next loving step. Then take it gently. And if you do not know even that, then let the next step be rest. Let it be stillness. Let it be a glass of water. Let it be kindness toward your own tired heart. Rest is also guidance. Stillness is also movement. Sometimes the soul moves forward by becoming quiet enough to hear. You do not need to see the whole road. You do not need to understand the whole lesson. You do not need to know how all of this will turn into good. You only need to stay open. You only need to stay gentle. You only need to trust that life is not finished with you. Say it again, slowly and with love. I release the need to control. I trust the next step. I am safe in the unknown. Life is guiding me. Let those words become a soft place inside you. Let them remind you that uncertainty is not the same as being abandoned. Not knowing is not the same as failing. Waiting is not the same as being forgotten. You are still held. You are still guided. You are still moving, even here. What feels late to you may be right on time for your soul. What feels delayed may be deeply protected. What feels like silence may be life arranging something you cannot see yet. This can be hard to believe when you have waited a long time. It can be hard to trust when your heart has prayed, hoped, cried, and still does not see the answer. But my dear, life is not always slow because it is refusing you. Sometimes life is slow because it is preparing you. Divine timing is not punishment. It is not rejection. It is not life saying you are not worthy. Divine timing is the deeper rhythm of life. It is the wisdom that knows when something is ready, when your heart is ready, when the other pieces are ready, when the door can open without harming you, when the blessing can stay because you have grown enough to hold it. So many times we want things before we are truly ready to receive them. We want the relationship before we have learned to love ourselves. We want the new life before we have released the old fear. We want the opportunity before we trust our own worth. We want the answer before we are calm enough to hear it. This does not mean we are wrong for wanting. Desire is not wrong. Hope is not wrong. Prayer is not wrong. But life in its love does not only give, it prepares. Say softly, I trust the timing of my life. What is meant for me is being prepared, and I am being prepared too. Let those words slow your breathing. I trust the timing of my life. What is meant for me is being prepared, and I am being prepared too. There is peace in that. You are not just waiting for life. Life is shaping you. Life is softening the places that were tight with fear. Life is teaching you to receive without panic. Life is helping you become steady enough for the good that is coming. Waiting can feel empty, but it is not always empty. A seed waits in the soil, but it is not doing nothing. It is changing in the dark. It is opening where no one can see. It is becoming strong before it rises into the light. You may be in a season like that. From the outside, it may look like nothing is happening, but inside, something is growing, something is healing, something is becoming ready. Do not curse the soil because you cannot see the flower yet. Do not call your life broken because the answer has not appeared yet. Do not decide that nothing is working because the movement is hidden. Some of the most important changes happen quietly. Some of the deepest healing happens before there is proof. Some of the greatest blessings begin long before you can touch them. The mind says, if I cannot see it, it is not happening. But the soul knows better. The soul knows that roots grow in darkness. The soul knows that morning begins before the sun rises. The soul knows that silence can hold answers. The soul knows that life is always moving, even when it seems still. If you are waiting right now, breathe. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are in a sacred process. And yes, it may feel uncomfortable. Yes, you may feel tired. Yes, you may wonder when things will change. But try not to turn waiting into self-blame. Waiting does not mean you are unworthy. Waiting does not mean your prayer was ignored. Waiting may mean life is aligning more than your eyes can see. Say, I am not forgotten. I am being prepared. I trust that life is moving for me in ways I cannot see. Sometimes divine timing protects you from receiving something too soon. Think about this gently. There may have been things you once wanted with your whole heart, but later you realized they would not have brought peace. There may have been doors you cried over, but later you saw they were not meant for your highest good. There may have been delays that felt unfair, but later you understood they saved you from a path that was too small, too heavy, or not aligned with who you were becoming. This is why trust matters. Not because everything makes sense right away, but because not everything needs to make sense right away for love to still be present. You can be confused and still guided. You can be waiting and still supported. You can be in between and still loved. The universe does not work on fear's schedule. Fear wants everything now because fear does not feel safe. Fear says, if it does not happen now, it will never happen. Fear says, if this door closes, no other door will open. Fear says, you are running out of time. But love speaks differently. Love says, breathe. What is meant for you cannot miss the truth of you. Love says, there is no need to panic. Love says, the right things come in the right way at the right time when your heart is ready to receive them. Take a deep breath and let your body hear this. You are not running out of time for what is truly meant for you. You are not too late for peace. You are not too late for healing. You are not too late for love. You are not too late to begin again. Life can open a new door in one moment. Life can bring a new thought in one breath. Life can shift what felt stuck in ways you never expected. But while you wait, do not put your whole life on hold. Do not say, "I will be peaceful only when the answer comes. I will love myself only when I arrive. I will feel grateful only when everything changes." No, my dear, peace is available now. Love is available now. A gentle breath is available now. The blessing may still be arriving, but your life is still happening in this moment. Divine timing does not ask you to stop living. It asks you to live with trust. It asks you to care for your heart while the answer forms. It asks you to become the kind of person who can receive good without fear. It asks you to grow roots of peace so that when the blessing arrives, you do not cling to it from panic, but welcome it from gratitude. Say softly, "While I wait, I choose peace. While I wait, I choose love. While I wait, I trust that good is still coming." There is a difference between waiting with fear and waiting with faith. Waiting with fear feels tight. It checks, doubts, worries, and imagines the worst. Waiting with faith is softer. It still feels the longing, but it does not let the longing become despair. It says, "I do not know when, but I trust life. I do not see how, but I believe good is possible. I do not have proof yet, but I can still be kind to myself today." You do not need perfect faith. You only need to return to trust whenever you notice a fear has taken over. This is a practice. Trust is not always a feeling that stays forever. Sometimes trust is a choice you make again and again, in the morning, at night, when the mind worries, when the heart aches, when the answer has not come yet. You breathe and you choose again. I trust the timing of my life. I trust the timing of my healing. I trust the timing of what is meant for me. Let those words become a steady rhythm inside you, like a calm drumbeat under the noise of fear. I trust, I trust, I trust. Not because I can see everything, not because I never feel afraid, but because life has carried me before, and it is carrying me now. Look back gently at your life. There were moments you did not understand while you were living them. Maybe you wondered why something ended, why something changed, why something took so long. But later, with time, you may have seen a little more clearly. You may have seen how one ending made space for something new. You may have seen how one delay helped you grow. You may have seen how one painful truth freed you from a path that was not loving you. This is the gift of time. Time reveals what fear cannot see. Time brings meaning to moments that once felt messy. Time shows how life was weaving something even when all you saw were loose threads. So if you cannot understand this season yet, do not force the understanding. Let time do its gentle work. One day you may look back and whisper, "Now I see." Life was not falling apart. It was moving me into place. Divine timing is like a great unseen weaving. You see one thread. Life sees the whole pattern. You see one closed door. Life sees the road beyond it. You see one delay. Life sees what is being protected, prepared, and aligned. You see one quiet season. Life sees roots forming in the dark. So let yourself be in the season you are in. Do not shame the winter for not being spring. Winter has its purpose. It teaches rest. It protects what is growing beneath the surface. It prepares the soil. And when the time is right, spring comes without being forced. In the same way, your spring will come. Your new beginning will come. The warmth will return. The light will return. Your heart will feel alive again. Say, "I honor this season. I trust this season. I know that new life is growing within me." The waiting season may be asking you to release what cannot come with you. Maybe it is asking you to release old self-talk. Maybe it is asking you to release the belief that you must suffer to deserve good. Maybe it is asking you to release the need to prove your worth. Maybe it is asking you to release a picture of life that no longer fits who you are becoming. Sometimes the blessing is not delayed because life is far away. Sometimes the blessing is waiting for space inside you. Open your hands for a moment. Feel what it is like to not hold so tightly. Imagine placing your fear, your timeline, your pressure, and your worry into the hands of life. You do not have to throw away your dream. You simply stop strangling it with fear. You give it air. You give it trust. You let it grow in the right way. Say, "I release my timeline. I trust divine timing. I allow life to surprise me." Life may surprise you. It may not come the way you planned. It may not arrive through the person, place, or path you expected. But that does not mean it will be less beautiful. Sometimes what life brings is better than what fear tried to force. Sometimes the blessing looks different because it is more aligned with your soul than your old plan was. Be open to good in unexpected forms. Be open to answers that come quietly. Be open to support from places you did not expect. Be open to a new dream. Be open to a softer path. Be open to the possibility that life knows more than your fear does. And while you wait, remember this: you are not only waiting for the blessing, you are becoming the blessing. You are becoming more patient, more honest, more peaceful, more open, more connected to yourself. You are learning to stop chasing what is not aligned. You are learning to stop begging life for crumbs. You are learning to stand in your worth and say, "What is meant for me will meet me in peace." That is growth. That is healing. That is divine timing working inside you. Take another breath and repeat, "I trust the timing of my life. I am not late. I am not forgotten. What is meant for me is finding its way. Let this be enough for today. You do not need proof in this moment. You only need a little more trust than fear. You only need a little more softness than pressure. You only need to keep your heart open enough for life to enter. Divine timing is still working, even in silence, even in waiting, even when nothing seems to move, even when the answer feels far away. Life is arranging. Life is preparing. Life is guiding. And when the time is right, what is meant for you will arrive in a way that your soul can recognize. Sometimes you feel lost because the old life is no longer fitting and the new life has not fully arrived. This is a tender place to be. It can feel like standing between two doors. One door is closing behind you, and the other has not opened yet. You may feel unsure, empty, or confused. You may wonder why you no longer feel at home in places that once felt familiar. You may wonder why the things that used to comfort you no longer feel the same. But my dear, this may not be a sign that something is wrong. It may be a sign that something new is being born inside you. New beginnings often start quietly. They do not always arrive with excitement. Sometimes they begin with discomfort. Sometimes they begin with restlessness. Sometimes they begin with a deep feeling that says, I cannot keep living the same way. I cannot keep ignoring my heart. I cannot keep choosing what keeps me small. I cannot keep holding on to what my soul has already outgrown. This feeling can be scary because it asks you to trust a version of yourself you have not fully met yet. It asks you to release an old identity. It asks you to stop clinging to old patterns just because they are familiar. And even when old patterns hurt, they can still feel safe because you know them. The unknown can feel frightening, even when it is leading you toward freedom. Take a slow breath and say, I allow myself to grow into the life meant for me. Let that affirmation move through you gently. I allow myself to grow into the life meant for me. Not the life built from fear, not the life built from pressure, not the life built from what others expect. The life meant for me, the life that feels peaceful in my body, the life that allows me to breathe, the life that makes room for my truth, my healing, and my joy. You are allowed to outgrow things. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to no longer fit into the places that once held you. You are allowed to want a softer life. You are allowed to want deeper peace. You are allowed to stop living only to survive and begin opening to a life that feels more honest. This does not mean you must make every change today. It means you can begin by telling the truth to yourself. Something in me is changing. Something in me wants more peace. Something in me is ready to release what no longer feels loving. That honesty is sacred. It is the first light of a new path. When life prepares you for something new, it may first make the old uncomfortable. This is not always punishment. Sometimes it is guidance. If you were completely comfortable In what is no longer meant for you, you might stay there forever. So life, in its wisdom, may make the old way feel too tight. It may make old habits feel heavy. It may make old conversations feel empty. It may make old dreams feel small. Not because life is cruel, but because your soul is expanding. Think of a shell that once protected a growing creature. At first, the shell was needed. It gave safety. It gave form. But as life grows inside, the shell becomes too small. What once protected now limits. What once helped now holds back. The breaking of that shell may feel painful, but it is also the beginning of a larger life. Maybe this is happening within you. Maybe some old way of thinking once helped you survive, but now it is too small for the peace you are becoming ready to receive. Maybe the belief that you had to please everyone once kept you safe, but now it is taking your voice. Maybe the habit of hiding your needs once protected you from rejection, but now it is keeping you lonely. Maybe the need to control everything once helped you feel secure, but now it is stealing your rest. You do not need to hate the old version of yourself. That version helped you get here. Bless it, thank it. But do not let it keep you from growing. You can say, "Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for helping me survive. But now I am ready to live with more trust. Now I am ready to choose peace. Now I am ready to become new." Say softly, "I bless who I have been. I welcome who I am becoming." There is kindness in that. You are not rejecting yourself. You are growing with love. True change does not have to come from self-hate. It can come from tenderness. It can come from saying, "I deserve peace now. I deserve honesty now. I deserve to stop carrying what was never mine. I deserve to live from love instead of fear." Sometimes people think transformation must be dramatic, but the deepest change often begins in quiet choices. You stop speaking to yourself with cruelty. You pause before saying yes when your heart means no. You rest without calling yourself lazy. You choose not to chase what keeps you anxious. You let yourself receive help. You admit when something hurts. You stop pretending that you are fine when your soul is asking for care. These are small changes, but they are powerful. They are signs that a new life is forming inside you. The new life may not look clear yet. That is okay. A new path often begins as a feeling before it becomes a plan. You may not know exactly where you are going, but you may begin to know what no longer feels true. That is guidance. You may not know the full answer, but you may begin to feel drawn toward peace, simplicity, rest, creativity, honesty, prayer, healing, or love. That is guidance too. Do not dismiss the gentle pull. The gentle pull may be how life leads you. You do not always need a loud command. Sometimes you only need to notice what brings your heart back to life. What makes your breath easier? What helps you feel more like yourself? What brings quiet joy? What feels honest, even if it is new? Pay attention there. Say, I follow what brings peace. I trust what feels true. I allow new life to unfold. Being prepared for something new may also mean you are being asked to release the story that your past controls your future. Yes, you have lived through pain. Yes, you may have made choices you now understand differently. Yes, there may be things you wish had gone another way. But your past is not stronger than the love that is available now. Your past may explain some of your wounds, but it does not have to be the home where you live forever. You can begin again from this breath. Not because the past did not matter, but because your spirit is still alive. You are still capable of healing. You are still capable of learning. You are still capable of receiving good. You are still capable of becoming someone who speaks with kindness, chooses with wisdom, and lives with a softer heart. Let yourself believe that newness is possible, not all at once, not perfectly, but truly. A new thought is possible. A new choice is possible. A new peace is possible. A new relationship with yourself is possible. A new way of meeting life is possible. You are not trapped in who you had to be when you were only trying to survive. Say gently, I am not trapped in the past. I am free to heal. I am free to grow. I am free to begin again. Feel those words. Let them touch the places inside you that have felt stuck. You are free to begin again. You may begin with one thought, one prayer, one breath, one act of self-respect, one moment of not choosing the old pain, one moment of saying, I am worthy of peace. As you are being prepared for something new, you may feel lonely at times. This is natural. When you are changing, you may not feel connected to the old life, but you may not yet feel rooted in the new one. This middle place can feel quiet, but quiet does not mean empty. Quiet can be a sacred room where your soul is learning to hear itself again. Do not fear the quiet. Let it teach you. Let it show you what you truly feel. Let it show you what you have been avoiding. Let it show you what your heart needs. In the quiet, you may discover that you are stronger than you thought. You may discover that your own presence can comfort you. You may discover that life has been speaking beneath all the noise. There is a light inside you that has not gone out. It may feel small right now, but it is still there. The new life does not come from outside only. It also rises from this light within you. It rises when you stop calling yourself broken. It rises when you stop waiting for others to give you permission to heal. It rises when you choose to believe that your life can still become beautiful in ways you have not imagined. Maybe the old dream had to change because your soul is ready for a deeper one. Maybe the old door had to close because it led to a room too small for your growth. Maybe the old version of you had to become tired because rest was the doorway to truth. Maybe this season is not here to end your hope, but to clear space for a better hope. Say, I make space for new blessings. I make space for new peace. I make space for the life that matches my healing. Making space is important. You cannot receive new peace while holding tightly to old fear. You cannot fully welcome a new chapter while still trying to live in an old one. This does not mean you must force yourself to let go before you are ready. It means you begin gently. You release one thought, one habit, one heavy expectation, one need to control, one old belief that says good things are not for you. Letting go can be soft. It can happen breath by breath. You can say, today I release one piece of fear. Today I release one unkind thought. Today I release the need to know what everyone thinks. Today I release the belief that I must be perfect to be loved. These small releases create space, and where there is space, life can enter. The universe is not asking you to become someone else. It is helping you return to who you truly are beneath fear, beneath pressure, beneath old pain, beneath the stories you were told about your worth. The new you may actually be the real you, the softer you, the freer you, the you who trusts life, the you who knows how to receive, the you who can stand in peace without needing to prove anything. This is why feeling lost can be so sacred. It removes the false paths. It quiets the old noise. It brings you back to the question, what is true now? What matters now? What does my soul need now? These questions may lead you to a life that is more honest than the one you planned. Trust this preparation. Trust the small changes. Trust the quiet inner shifts. Trust the days when you feel like resting. Trust the moments when your heart says, not this anymore. Trust the gentle yes that rises when something feels peaceful. Trust that you are not being emptied for no reason. You are being made ready. Say softly, I am being prepared for something new. I trust the changes within me. I welcome the life that is forming with love. And if fear says, what if nothing good comes? Place your hand on your heart and answer with love. Good is already growing inside me. Peace is already returning. Guidance is already here. I do not need to see the whole new life to trust that it is coming. This is how you move through the middle place. Not by rushing, not by forcing, not by judging yourself, but by blessing every small sign of growth. Every time you choose rest over pressure, bless it. Every time you speak kindly to yourself, bless it. Every time you release an old fear, bless it. Every time you listen to your heart, bless it. These are not small things. These are the building blocks of a new life. You are becoming ready. Ready for more peace. Ready for clearer guidance. Ready for softer love. Ready for honest joy. Ready for a life that does not require you to abandon yourself. This readiness is not something you need to prove. It is something you allow. So breathe. Let the old loosen. Let the new form. Let yourself be in process. You do not have to know exactly who you are becoming to trust that it is good. You only need to keep choosing love where fear once ruled. You only need to keep opening the places that once closed. You only need to keep saying yes to peace, one moment at a time. You are not lost because your life is over. You may feel lost because your soul is changing direction. You may feel lost because a deeper truth is calling you. You may feel lost because life is preparing you for a path that your old self could not yet see. And that path will not ask you to be perfect. It will ask you to be present. It will ask you to be honest. It will ask you to trust the quiet growth taking place inside you. It will ask you to believe that even now, before the new chapter is clear, something beautiful is already beginning. Imagine for a moment that there is a soft light inside your heart. It may feel very small right now. It may feel hidden under worry, sadness, or confusion, but it is still there. It has always been there. This light is the part of you that knows you are loved. It is the part of you that remembers peace. It is the part of you that has survived every hard day and still quietly believes that something good can happen again. Take a slow breath in. Let your body soften. Let your hands relax. Let your mind slow down just a little. You do not have to force anything. You do not have to see anything perfectly. Just allow yourself to imagine that deep within you there is a warm golden light. It is gentle. It is calm. It is not asking anything from you. It is simply shining. This light does not judge you. It does not ask why you feel lost. It does not ask why you are tired. It does not ask why you did not know what to do. It only loves you. It only reminds you that beneath all the fear, beneath all the noise, beneath all the stories your mind has been telling you, there is still a peaceful place within you. A place that life can touch, a place that truth can speak, a place that has never been broken. Breathe into that place now. Feel the breath moving into your chest. Feel the breath moving out again. With every inhale, imagine the golden light becoming a little warmer. With every exhale, imagine the fear around your heart becoming a little softer. You do not need to push fear away. You do not need to fight your sadness. Just let the light sit with it. Let love sit with it. Let peace sit with it. Say softly, "My inner light is still shining." Let those words move gently through your body. My inner light is still shining. even when I feel lost, even when I feel unsure, even when I do not know what comes next, my inner light is still shining. Sometimes we forget this light because life becomes too loud. The world tells us to rush. It tells us to prove. It tells us to have everything figured out. It tells us that we must always be strong, always be certain, always be moving forward. And when we cannot do that, we begin to think something is wrong with us. But the soul does not grow by pressure. The soul grows by love. The soul remembers itself in stillness. So in this moment, let yourself become still. Imagine that you are standing in a quiet, open place. The air is soft. The ground beneath you feels safe. The sky above you is wide and peaceful. There is nothing to chase here, nothing to prove, nothing to fix. There is only you, your breath, and the golden light within your heart. As you stand there, imagine the light in your heart slowly expanding. It begins as a small glow. Then it grows wider. It fills your chest. It warms your shoulders. It moves down your arms and into your hands. It moves through your stomach, your back, your legs, and your feet. It fills every tired place, every tense place, every place that has been holding too much. This light knows exactly where to go. It moves into the places where you have felt afraid. It moves into the memories that still hurt. It moves into the thoughts that say, I am lost, I am behind, I do not know what to do. And wherever the light moves, it does not force anything. It simply brings comfort. It simply reminds each part of you, you are safe now. You are allowed to rest now. You are allowed to be guided now. Say gently, I allow the light within me to guide me back to peace. Feel how soft that is. I allow the light within me to guide me back to peace. You are not trying to become someone else. You are not trying to run away from yourself. You are returning to the truth beneath fear, returning to the peace beneath worry, returning to the love beneath the pain. There is a part of you that already knows how to come home. You may have forgotten it, but it has not forgotten you. This inner light is not something outside of you. It is not something you have to earn. It is not something you have to become worthy of. It is your own sacred center. It is the life within you. It is the quiet wisdom that keeps calling you back whenever you wander too far from yourself. Maybe you have been looking for answers outside of yourself for a long time. Maybe you have wanted someone to tell you exactly what to do. Maybe you have wanted a clear sign, a perfect message, a certain path. And yes, support can come from the outside. Kind words can help. Loving people can help. Gentle reminders can help. But the deepest guidance must also be felt within you. It must touch that quiet place inside where your heart says, yes, this feels true, or no, this is no longer for me. Your inner light speaks through peace. It speaks through softness. It speaks through the quiet feeling of truth. It does not scream. It does not shame. It does not rush. It does not say, you are failing. It says, come closer. Listen. Breathe. This way, one step, one moment, one loving choice. Imagine now that the golden light around you becomes brighter. It surrounds your whole body like a warm, safe circle. Inside this light, you do not need to protect yourself from life. You do not need to hold your breath. You do not need to prepare for the worst. You are allowed to feel held. You are allowed to feel supported. You are allowed to believe that you are not walking alone. Whisper softly, I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by guidance. I am surrounded by peace. Let your body receive those words. Maybe your mind doubts them. That is okay. The mind does not have to understand everything for the heart to receive comfort. Just let the words be present. I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by guidance. I am surrounded by peace. Now imagine that in front of you there is a small path of light. You cannot see the whole path. It stretches gently ahead, but only the first few steps are clear. This is how life often works. It does not show you the whole journey at once. It shows you enough to move with trust. One step, then another, then another. You look at the path and you notice something beautiful. You do not feel rushed. You do not need to run. You do not need to know where every turn leads. You simply place one foot forward with love. As you do, the next part of the path lights up, then the next, then the next. Life is showing you that guidance comes as you move, not always before you move. Say, I trust the path that is opening before me. I do not need to see the whole road. I trust the next step. There is peace in not needing the whole road. There is freedom in not demanding every answer. There is healing in allowing yourself to be led. Your inner light will not show you everything at once, but it will never leave you. It will glow when something is true. It will feel heavy when something is not aligned. It will bring peace when you are moving closer to yourself. It will bring discomfort when you are abandoning your own heart. This is not something to fear. It is something to honor. Your body, your heart, your spirit, they are all part of your guidance. They are not against you. They are trying to help you come home. Now, as you stand on this path of light, imagine placing both hands over your heart. Feel the golden light under your hands. Feel the warmth. Feel the quiet strength. This is the part of you that cannot be destroyed by confusion. This is the part of you that remains even after change. This is the part of you that knows how to begin again. Maybe you have been through a season that made you question yourself. Maybe you have felt like the light inside you was gone, but it was not gone. It was only covered by fear, covered by grief, covered by pressure, covered by old beliefs, covered by the noise of the world. And now, breath by breath, you are uncovering it again. You do not have to uncover it all today. Just a little is enough. One moment of peace is enough. One kind thought is enough. One honest breath is enough. Healing does not always arrive as a sudden wave. Sometimes healing comes like morning light, slowly touching one part of the room at a time. Say softly, I welcome my light back into my life. I welcome peace back into my body. I welcome trust back into my heart. Feel that. You are not empty. You are not without direction. You are not without help. There is light within you, and there is light around you. And when those two lights meet, the path begins to open. Take another breath. Imagine the golden light now moving above your head like a gentle blessing. It pours down over you softly. It washes away the heaviness of trying to know everything. It washes away the pain of feeling alone. It washes away the belief that you are lost forever. It reminds you that this moment is not your whole life. This feeling is not your final truth. This season is not your ending. The light whispers, you are still becoming. You are still healing. You are still being guided. Let that whisper stay with you. You do not need to answer it. You do not need to do anything with it. Just let it be there. Let it become a soft place inside your heart. Whenever you feel lost again, you can return to this light. You can close your eyes for a moment. You can take one slow breath. You can place your hand on your heart and remember, there is a light in me that fear cannot put out. There is wisdom in me that confusion cannot erase. There is love in me that pain cannot destroy. And from that place, you can take the next step, not from panic, not from pressure, not from shame, but from light, from trust, from the quiet knowing that you are not alone. Say it once more, gently and clearly. My inner light is still shining. I trust this light. I follow this light. I am being guided back to peace. Fear can make the heart close. It can make the body tight. It can make the mind run in circles. It can make the future feel dark, even when nothing has happened yet. Fear says, protect yourself. Hold on. Do not trust. Do not open. Do not hope too much. Do not believe too deeply. Fear thinks it is keeping you safe. But when fear leads your life, your heart begins to feel trapped. Take a slow breath. and notice if you have been holding fear in your body. Maybe it is in your chest. Maybe it is in your stomach. Maybe it is in your shoulders. Maybe it is in your throat. Maybe it has been there for so long that you started to think it was normal. But fear is not your natural home. Peace is, love is, trust is. The open heart is your true home. You do not have to fight fear. Fighting fear only makes it louder. You can meet fear with gentleness. You can say, I see you. I know you are trying to protect me, but I do not need you to lead me today. I choose love. I choose breath. I choose trust, one small moment at a time. Say softly, I let go of fear. I open my heart to peace. Let those words be simple. Do not force them. Do not try to push fear out of you. Just create a little space, a little softness, a little opening. Fear may still be there, but peace can be there too. Worry may still speak, but love can speak too. You are allowed to hold both while you heal. Sometimes we keep our hearts closed because we are afraid of being hurt again. We tell ourselves that if we expect less, hope less, feel less, and trust less, then maybe we will be safe. But a closed heart does not only keep pain out, it also keeps love out. It keeps joy out. It keeps guidance out. It keeps new blessings at a distance. The wall that protects you can also become the wall that limits you. This is why opening the heart is such a brave act. It does not mean you allow everything and everyone into your life. It does not mean you ignore your wisdom. It does not mean you stay where you are hurt. An open heart still has boundaries. An open heart can still say no. An open heart can still walk away. But it does not close itself to life. It does not stop believing in good. It does not punish the future for what the past has done. Say, I can be open and still be wise. I can be loving and still be safe. I can trust life while honoring myself. Let that truth comfort you. You do not have to choose between being soft and being strong. You can be both. You can have a soft heart and a clear mind. You can have an open spirit and healthy boundaries. You can forgive and still move forward. You can release fear and still listen to your inner wisdom. There may be old fear inside you that did not begin today. Maybe it began in moments when you felt unseen, unheard, unwanted, or unsafe. Maybe it began when something you loved changed or left. Maybe it began when you learned that you had to be strong because no one else would hold you. If that is true, be gentle with yourself. Fear does not make you weak. Fear means a part of you still needs love. Place your hand on your heart and speak to that part of you. Say, I am here now. I will not leave you. We are learning safety again. These words are healing. The scared part of you does not need judgment. It needs your presence. It needs to know that you will no longer abandon yourself. It needs to know that when fear rises, you will not attack yourself for feeling it. You will breathe. You will listen. You will comfort yourself. You will choose the next loving step. Imagine now that you are holding a heavy bag. Inside this bag are the fears you have carried for so long. Fear of being alone. Fear of choosing wrong. Fear of not being enough. Fear of losing what matters. Fear of being judged. Fear of starting over. Fear that life will not support you. Feel the weight of this bag. You have carried it for a long time, haven't you? Now imagine setting it down gently in front of you. You do not have to throw it away with anger. You do not have to pretend it was never heavy. Just set it down. Let your hands open. Let your shoulders relax. Let your body feel what it is like not to carry all of it in this moment. Say, I do not have to carry every fear today. I give myself permission to put this down. Feel the relief in that. You do not have to carry every fear today. Maybe some fear will return later. That is okay. You can put it down again. Healing is not always one release. Sometimes healing is choosing to release again and again, each time with more love. Now imagine a soft golden light touching the bag of fear. The light is warm and kind. It does not judge the fear. It simply surrounds it. Slowly, the heavy bag begins to soften. The fears inside it begin to lose their sharpness. They turn into lessons. They turn into wisdom. They turn into reminders of how deeply you want peace. And then, gently, they dissolve into light. You are not losing anything you need. You are releasing what was never meant to rule you. Take a deep breath. Feel your chest open. Feel your hands lighter. Feel your heart making space. Into that space, invite peace. Invite trust. Invite love. Invite the belief that life can still be kind to you. Say softly, I open my heart to the good that is coming. I open my heart to love. I open my heart to peace. The heart may open slowly. Do not rush it. A flower does not open because someone demands it. It opens when it feels warmth, light, and safety. Your heart is the same. Give it warmth through kind words. Give it light through truth. Give it safety through patience. Do not force yourself to be fully open before you are ready. Just begin. Begin by softening one thought. Instead of saying nothing will ever change, say change is possible. Instead of saying I am lost, say I am being guided. Instead of saying I cannot trust anyone, say I am learning to trust life wisely. Instead of saying I am not enough, say I am worthy of love as I am. These simple words are not small, they are seeds. They begin to change the garden of your mind. The more you plant them, the more they grow. Fear has planted many seeds in the past. Now love can plant new ones. Say, I choose thoughts that bring peace. I choose words that open my heart. I choose love where fear once lived. Fear will not disappear just because you say one affirmation. But every loving word weakens the old fear. Every gentle breath teaches your body that it is safe to soften. Every time you open your heart a little, you show life that you are ready to receive in a new way. Opening your heart also means allowing yourself to receive comfort. This can be hard if you are used to being the strong one. Maybe you are used to giving, but not receiving. Maybe you are used to helping others, but hiding your own pain. Maybe you are used to saying, I am okay when you are not, but you are allowed to receive. You are allowed to need kindness. You are allowed to let life hold you. Say, I am safe to receive. I am worthy of support. I do not have to do everything alone. Let those words touch the places in you that have been tired. You were not meant to carry everything alone. Life can send support in many forms. A peaceful thought, a kind person, a quiet sign, a helpful opportunity, a moment of rest, a sudden feeling that things might be okay. Do not reject support because it looks simple. Sometimes grace comes quietly. When you open your heart, you begin to notice what fear made you miss. You notice that the sun still rises. You notice that breath still comes. You notice that small kindnesses still exist. You notice that even on hard days, something good can touch you. This noticing is healing. It teaches the heart that life is not only pain. Life is also beauty. Life is also support. Life is also surprise. Your heart does not need to open all at once. Just let it open enough to receive one good thing today, one kind thought, one breath of peace, one moment of beauty, one reminder that you are loved. Let that be enough. Say, today, I allow one good thing to reach me. Today, I allow peace to enter. Today, I allow my heart to soften. There is a deep strength in softness. The world may tell you that strength means being hard, closed, and untouched. But real strength is being able to stay open after pain. Real strength is choosing love without losing yourself. Real strength is saying, I have been hurt, but I will not let hurt become my whole identity. I have been afraid, but I will not let fear write my future. I have been lost, but I will keep listening for the path. That is strength. Quiet strength, sacred strength. The strength of an open heart. So breathe. Let fear soften. Let your heart open a little more. Let life meet you in this tender place. You do not have to be fearless to be guided. You only have to be willing. Willing to soften. Willing to listen. Willing to believe that peace is possible. Willing to let love enter where fear once lived. Repeat gently, I let go of fear. I open my heart to peace. I am safe to trust life one breath at a time. Let this affirmation stay with you. Let it become a hand on your heart. Let it remind you that you are allowed to release what is heavy. You are allowed to open again. You are allowed to receive good. You are allowed to feel safe in your own heart. Do not wait for the whole answer before you begin to trust. Do not wait for a big miracle before you believe that life is helping you. Do not wait until everything is perfect before you allow yourself to feel peace. Life often speaks through small signs, small steps, and small miracles. And when you begin to notice them, your whole world starts to feel softer. A small sign may be a peaceful feeling after a long day of worry. A small sign may be a kind word that arrives when you need it. A small sign may be a sudden thought that brings clarity. A small sign may be the feeling in your body when something is no longer right for you. A small sign may be the deep breath you take after choosing yourself. These moments may seem simple, but they matter. Chakgun. They are life's gentle way of saying, I am here. Keep going. When you are feeling lost, the mind often looks for something big. It wants a clear answer. It wants proof. It wants the whole path to light up. But the soul is often fed by small things. A warm cup, a quiet morning, a song that brings tears, a moment of rest, a smile, a soft prayer, a little courage to try again. These small things can carry you when the big answers have not arrived yet. Say softly, today I notice the good that is already here. Let that be your practice. Today, I notice the good that is already here. Not because everything is perfect, not because there is no pain, but because even in the middle of pain, there can still be support. Even in uncertainty, there can still be beauty. Even while you wait, there can still be grace. The more you notice small signs, the more connected you feel to life. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because your heart becomes open to the ways life is already speaking. You begin to see that guidance has not been absent. Maybe it was just quiet. Maybe it was hidden inside simple moments. Maybe it was waiting for you to slow down enough to notice. Take a breath and think of one small good thing from today. It does not need to be grand. Maybe you woke up. Maybe you had water to drink. Maybe you heard something comforting. Maybe your body carried you through another day. Maybe you paused before speaking harshly to yourself. Maybe you felt one moment of hope. That is enough. Bless it. Let it grow in your attention. What you focus on grows in your inner world. If you only focus on what is missing, your heart feels empty. If you only focus on what is wrong, your body stays tense. But when you begin to notice what is kind, what is steady, what is still here, your nervous system begins to soften. You teach yourself that life is not only danger. You teach yourself that support exists. You teach yourself that even small light is still light. Say, I bless the small good things. I welcome the small signs. I trust the small steps. Small steps are powerful because they are possible. When you feel lost, big changes can feel too heavy. You may not have the energy to change your whole life in one day. You may not know how to fix everything, but you can take one small step. And one small step can change the energy of a whole day. The next small step may be to breathe before reacting. It may be to speak kindly to yourself. It may be to drink water. It may be to rest. It may be to clean one small space. It may be to write down what you feel. It may be to ask for help. It may be to stop checking something that hurts your heart. It may be to say no. It may be to say yes. It may be to place your hand on your heart and remind yourself, I am guided. Small steps do not look impressive to the outside world, but they are sacred. Every small, loving step tells your heart, I am not abandoning you. Every small, peaceful choice tells your body, we are safe enough to move. Every small act of trust tells the universe, I am willing to be guided. Say gently, I take one small step with love. I do not need to do everything today. One step is enough. One step is enough. Please remember that. Fear will tell you it is not enough. Fear will say you must fix everything now. Fear will say you must know the whole plan. But love says one step is enough. Love says one breath is enough. Love says one kind choice is enough to begin a new pattern. Small miracles are all around you, but worry can make them hard to see. A miracle does not always mean something huge and sudden. Sometimes a miracle is the moment your heart feels a little lighter. Sometimes a miracle is the courage to keep going. Sometimes a miracle is realizing that you no longer want to speak to yourself with cruelty. Sometimes a miracle is resting instead of forcing. Sometimes a miracle is being able to say, I do not know, and still feel safe. These are real miracles. Do not dismiss them because they are quiet. Quiet miracles often change us deeply. They do not always make noise, but they heal the places inside us that have been waiting for gentleness. Say, I welcome quiet miracles. I welcome gentle blessings. I welcome the good I can see and the good I cannot see yet. There is a reason gratitude is so healing. Gratitude helps you notice the miracles that are already present. It turns the heart toward life. It does not deny pain. It does not say everything is easy. It simply says, even here, I can find one thing to bless. Even here, I can notice one small support. Even here, I can open my heart a little. Gratitude is not about pretending. It is not about forcing yourself to be happy. It is about becoming aware of what is still good, still kind, still loving, still possible. It is about teaching your mind to look for light, not only for fear. And the more you look for light, the more light you begin to see. At night, before you sleep, you can ask yourself, what small miracle did I notice today? Maybe it was a moment of peace. Maybe it was a kind message. Maybe it was the strength to get through the day. Maybe it was a feeling that you are not as lost as you thought. Maybe it was this very moment of remembering that you are guided. Write it in your heart. Speak it softly. Thank you for this small miracle. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this little sign of love. Thank you for helping me continue. When you thank life for small things, you open the door to receive more. Not because life is waiting to be praised, but because gratitude changes your energy. It opens your heart. It makes you available. It shifts you from fear to trust, from lack to receiving, from pressure to peace. Say, I am grateful for the good already here. I am open to the good still coming. Let that be enough. You do not need to know when the big answer will arrive. You can begin with the small good already here. The small good is not separate from the big good. It is part of the same flow. A little peace today can become deeper peace tomorrow. One kind thought today can become a new way of living. One small step today can become a new path over time. Do not underestimate what one gentle choice can do. A river is made of many drops. A garden is made of many seeds. A new life is made of many small moments when you choose differently. You choose love instead of fear. You choose rest instead of punishment. You choose honesty instead of pretending. You choose trust instead of panic. You choose one small sign and let it guide you. If you feel lost, ask life for one small sign. Not with pressure, not with fear. Ask gently. Show me one thing I need to see today. Help me notice one step. Help me feel one moment of peace. Then open your heart and watch. The sign may come in a way you did not expect. It may come through stillness. It may come through a delay. It may come through a feeling. It may come through a simple moment that touches your heart. Be willing to receive simple guidance. Do not reject the small because you are waiting for the large. Sometimes the small is how the large begins. Say, I am open to simple guidance. I am open to small signs. I trust that life knows how to reach me. Life knows how to reach you. It can reach you through breath, through silence, through kindness, through the body, through a sudden knowing, through something that does not work out, through something that arrives with ease, through the peace you feel when you stop forcing, through the relief that comes when you tell yourself the truth. You are not disconnected from life. You may feel disconnected from your peace, but peace is still within you. You may feel disconnected from your path, but the path is still unfolding. You may feel disconnected from hope, but hope is still quietly breathing somewhere inside you. Today, do not ask yourself to understand everything. Ask yourself to notice one good thing. Take one loving step. Welcome one small miracle. That is enough for today. That is how you begin to feel guided again. Place your hand on your heart and say, I notice the good that is already here. I take one small step with love. I welcome the miracles of this day. Let those words become your practice. When fear tells you nothing is changing, look for the small signs. When your mind says you are lost, take one small step. When your heart feels tired, bless one small miracle. Slowly, gently, these small moments will gather. They will become a path. They will become proof that life has been with you all along. You are not lost, my dear. You are being led. Even now, even in this season, even through the questions, even through the silence, even through the days when your heart feels heavy and your mind does not know what to do, life has not forgotten you. The universe knows where you are. Love knows how to find you. Peace knows how to return to you. Take a slow breath and let that truth enter gently. You are not lost. You are being led. Maybe the path does not look the way you expected. Maybe the timing is slower than you wanted. Maybe the answer has not arrived in the form you hoped for. But that does not mean nothing is happening. Something is unfolding. Something is softening. Something is being prepared. So, me-thing within you is learning to trust again. You do not need to force the next chapter open. You do not need to run ahead of life. You do not need to punish yourself for not knowing. You can stand where you are and breathe. You can meet this moment with kindness. You can say, I am here. I am willing. I am listening. Show me the next step. Say softly, I am guided. I am supported. I am safe. Everything is unfolding for my highest good. Let those words wrap around your heart. I am guided. I am supported. I am safe. Everything is unfolding for my highest good. These are not just words. They are a return to trust. They are a reminder that you are not carrying your life alone. They are a gentle opening through which peace can enter. Maybe you came here feeling tired. Maybe you came here looking for a sign. Maybe you came here because your soul needed to hear that it is not too late. So let this be the sign your heart can hold today. You are still loved. You are still worthy. You are still being guided. Your life is not over. Your light is not gone. Your path is not closed. There are moments when life leads us in ways we do not understand. It leads us through endings. It leads us through waiting. It leads us through quiet seasons. It leads us through the loss of old dreams and into the birth of new ones. At first, it may feel like everything is falling apart. But one day, you may look back and see that life was moving you with care, not always with comfort, but with wisdom. Not always with speed, but with love. Trust that wisdom now. Trust the hand of life, even when you cannot see it. Trust the quiet signs. Trust the small steps. Trust the calm voice within you. Trust the closed doors that protected you. Trust the delays that prepared you. Trust the new desires rising in your heart. Trust the old things that no longer fit. Trust that your soul knows more than your fear. Say, I trust the way life is leading me. I trust the love that is guiding me. I trust the peace that is growing in me. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not a mistake. You are a soul in a sacred process of becoming, and becoming takes time. Healing takes time. Clarity takes time. A new life takes time. But time is not your enemy. Time can be a garden. Time can be a teacher. Time can be the space where your heart grows strong enough to receive what it once feared. Be gentle with yourself in the waiting. Be gentle with yourself in the not knowing. Be gentle with yourself when old fear returns. You do not have to become perfect to be loved by life. You only have to keep returning. Return to your breath. Return to your heart. Return to kindness. Return to the simple truth that you are being led one step at a time. If tomorrow feels uncertain, do not carry all of tomorrow tonight. If the future feels too big, come back to this breath. If your mind begins to worry, place your hand on your heart and say, not everything needs to be solved right now. I am safe in this moment. I trust the next step. This is how peace grows. Not by solving the whole future, but by softening into the press. And not by knowing everything, but by trusting a little more. Not by forcing life, but by walking with it. The universe is not asking you to chase what is meant for you. It is asking you to become open enough to receive it. It is asking you to release what is heavy. It is asking you to listen when peace speaks. It is asking you to stop calling yourself lost when you are actually being guided into something new. There is a beautiful life still unfolding for you. It may not look like the life you once pictured. It may come with different people, different doors, different timing, different lessons, but it can still be beautiful. It can still be peaceful. It can still be full of love. It can still surprise you in ways your tired heart cannot imagine today. So open your hands. Let the old fear loosen. Let the old pressure fall away. Let the old story soften. You do not have to know how everything will work out. You only need to trust that life is still working with you. You only need to stay open to the good that is still possible. Say gently, I am open to peace. I am open to guidance. I am open to new blessings. I am open to life. Feel the softness of those words. Feel the space they create. Openness is the door. Trust is the key. Love is the path. And every time you choose peace over panic, every time you choose kindness over shame, every time you choose one small step over giving up, you are walking that path. Let the past be at peace. Let what is gone be released with love. Let what did not work become wisdom. Let what hurt you become part of your healing, not the story that keeps you trapped. You are allowed to move forward without carrying every pain in your hands. You are allowed to honor what happened and still believe in good things. Let the future take care of itself for now. You do not have to hold it all. You do not have to know every answer. You do not have to fear every possibility. Life will meet you in the future the same way it is meeting you now, breath by breath, step by step, moment by moment. And let this present moment be enough. This breath, this heartbeat, this quiet return to yourself, this simple reminder that you are still here, still loved, still guided. Say it once more with your whole heart. I am guided. I am supported. I am safe. Everything is unfolding for my highest good. Now allow yourself to believe, even if only a little, that you are not alone in this life. There is a wisdom moving with you. There is love surrounding you. There is peace within you. There is guidance available to you. There is a path opening, even if you cannot see all of it yet. You are not lost. You are being led back to your own heart. You are being led back to your own light. You are being led toward the life that matches the healing you are doing now. Expect gentle signs. Expect quiet support. Expect small miracles. Expect grace to meet you in simple ways. Expect your heart to become lighter. Expect clarity to come when the time is right. Expect life to show you that this season had meaning. All is not lost. All is not over. All is still unfolding. You are safe to trust the next step. You are safe to begin again. You are safe to let life love you. As you come to the end of this moment, take one more slow breath. Let it be a breath of release. Let it be a breath of trust. Let it be a breath that says, I do not have to carry everything anymore. I do not have to understand everything today. I do not have to force my life to open. I can soften. I can listen. I can allow. You came here with questions, but maybe your heart did not need every answer right away. Maybe your heart needed comfort. Maybe it needed to be reminded that feeling lost is not the same as being abandoned. Maybe it needed to hear that the universe still knows your name, your heart, your path, and your needs. Maybe it needed to remember that even when life feels quiet, guidance is still present. So let this truth stay with you. You are not lost. You are in a sacred turning point. You are being asked to release fear, to trust the next step, to notice the small signs, and to return to the light within you. You are being invited to stop fighting yourself and begin loving yourself through the unknown. The next time fear rises, place your hand on your heart. Take one slow breath. Say, I am safe. I am guided. I am supported. The next time your mind says you are behind, answer with love. Say, I am growing in my own time. The next time you feel unsure, do not rush to panic. Ask gently, what is the next loving step? The next loving step will come. Maybe it will be rest. Maybe it will be honesty. Maybe it will be patience. Maybe it will be courage. Maybe it will be letting go. Maybe it will be opening your heart again. Whatever it is, you do not have to take it with fear. You can take it with trust. Your life is still moving. Your healing is still happening. Your prayers are still being heard. Your heart is still learning how to receive. And the good that belongs to you is not lost. It is finding its way through divine timing, through quiet guidance, through small miracles, and through the open space you are creating inside yourself. Say softly one last time, I am guided, I am supported, I am safe. Everything is unfolding for my highest good. Let those words follow you into the rest of your day. Let them walk with you. Let them comfort you. Let them remind you that the universe has not forgotten you. Life is still loving you. Peace is still possible. The path is still opening. And with a soft heart, open hands, and a little more trust than before, allow yourself to keep going.